Today is a special recognition and honor. We are honoring Tom George, and I would like to ask Tom to stand, please. Tom is the organist. Tom is, as you know, is the organist and choir director here. He has been serving First Presbyterian Church for 30 years. Yes. And as such, it is appropriate to take time to clap and to recognize him. And Elder Moy is going to read a resolution that the session has passed.
The staff that worked on this resolution found it easy work. 30 years of good material to draw from. Resolution by First Presbyterian Church, Columbus, Georgia. Whereas September 2015 marks the 30th anniversary of the call of Thomas H. George, Jr. as organist and choirmaster of First Presbyterian Church of Columbus, Georgia, with his arrival to service being October 13, 1985. And whereas the arrival of Tom George was the result of a nationwide search for an organist and choirmaster to follow the retiring A.G. Bowen. And whereas, following the arrival of Tom George, the choir programs have flourished and at present extend into the third generation of families who have learned and loved sacred music from the tutelage of Tom George and his assistants. And whereas in the Columbus, Georgia community, the First Presbyterian music programs, both vocal and handbell, are recognized as professional by church musicians and a listening congregation, attracting and maintaining membership in this church. And whereas as a professional staff member of First Columbus, Tom George has been a pillar through several transitions of pastoral and administrative staff, providing historical perspective for future success of programs. And whereas Tom George has recruited college singers to augment the choirs for Sunday worship services, giving students the opportunity to hear the gospel proclaimed and furthering the mission of this church. And whereas Tom George has ensured that the church's world-class Aeolian Skinner organ is properly maintained and has made it available for local organ concerts. And whereas, in addition to being musically gifted, Tom is technologically gifted and has shared his knowledge in understanding and operating the information and mechanical systems of this church. And whereas all members and staff have been touched by his treasured talents in the music field and calmness in the pressure of preparation for thousands of worship services, weddings, funerals, children's musicals, and music camps. And whereas it is our prayer that God will continue the ministry of Tom George in our midst. Now, therefore, the congregation of First Presbyterian Church of Columbus, Georgia, unanimously resolves to express our deepest appreciation and gratitude to Thomas H. George, Jr., and we do hereby do so on this anniversary of the 30th year of his call as our beloved organist, choirmaster, and Christian brother. Signed by the pastors, the moderator of the Deacons Ministries, Danny Mosley, and the clerk. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Jimmy, for that resolution, and thank you, Tom, for your patience. He told me that he liked to sit that way and let me face you, so it's good to be able to do that.
It is a special day. It is 30 years ago. We appreciate you, Tom. We appreciate what you've done. And we appreciate the very much that you've given not just to us in worship service, but to many of us through choirs and our grandchildren and children. Thank you so much, Tom. You have always done it with utmost professional quality. Amen. Pleasure that we present this to you, Tom. Now, I must tell you what this is. This is a love gift from the congregation. This has nothing to do with the choir. We're not giving you something about music for the choir, about music for... We're not giving you a gift to use for... This is for Tom George to use for himself. Yeah. And we thank you for what you've done. And I will tell you, Tom, that there's even a little bit more to come. So that they didn't when they cut the check. So let's give Tom a big hand.